boy.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing? I haven't done videos in a long time. I have been very sick for the past few days. To be honest with you, I don't think I didn't really want to come back to do YouTube videos till tomorrow. But I was like, you know what? Let me come on YouTube and speak about a few things because I was watching a few things like channels doing reactions yesterday. Hung, how you doing, man? How you doing? Hope you're well. Oh, I hope you can hear
Doing
me.
great.
Good, yeah.
I'm doing great, Patrick. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. How you doing today, man? How's your day?
I'm great. I mean, like, it's been a great morning so far for me. I mean, I got up early to go to the gym, went home, had my breakfast,
Wow.
and I feel pretty good. Today. I had some funny looks when I was wearing my Harlan top on the way back home from the gym, but it's all good. I'm very happy though.
It is what it is, man. People are not happy. That's the reason why I want to make this video, man. It's disappointing to a level. I don't know if you watched a few reactions. Like I get people get over emotional, but one that also got me yesterday, Hung, is that's why I said 115 charges are the reason my world is crashing. It looks like that's what's become of the Premier League, especially in England. It looks like just because City have got 115 charges, allegedly, which apparently were guilty or not until proven guilty. It looks like even Spurs fans. I heard a Spurs fan. I'm not going to mention the name, and that's what I sat down and said: is this about the 115 charges anymore, or it's an excuse people are using to sort of hide their own issues? So, Hung, this is the issue. A Spurs fan says these guys are cheaters. I don't really like them, so I don't care. I would rather. That's why deep down inside, I'd rather say Arsenal could have won it. Yes, me and Arsenal, we've got sort of a rivalry, but all this that's happening here in the league, it's because of these guys of the cheating, this and that. So I sat down and said, look, you as a Spurs fan, right? Daniel Levy has always seen Spurs as a business, right? You guys want to win trophies, yet he sees it as a business. But is what's happening to Spurs that the cabinets are empty or the cabinets are loading with dust? As Angie said, when you walk down the tunnel, you don't see a lot of trophies. Is that because of City? I don't think so. It's nothing to have to do with City. If people decide to step up in this league, they can step up. We've seen it with Liverpool. We've seen it with Arsenal. Now, the funny thing about people will say, oh, shush, it's because of what you did in the past. That's why you're here. But when I sit down, right, I was listening to some guy and he says there was a period in time where Arsenal went and started bribing young players. I don't know if you know about this, bribing their parents, buying players, sort of trying to monopolize. Back in the days, that time before FFP. So they went and did that. Also, back in the days, most of these clubs were spending. Most of these clubs were outspending other clubs. And Hong, let's not pretend as if all of us when we were growing up, especially me in a family where there's a lot of Man United fans, they were buying whatever they wanted, isn't it? Nobody was stopping them. They were buying. This FFP thing wasn't there. Fergie could go to Arsenal, get Van Persie. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen City since City started go and get somebody who is the biggest from a bigger club who is a baller. The only thing that happened was Tevez, but Tevez was Tevez really the guy that time? I don't think so. So I keep looking at all these things that every club, and before I let you talk, I'm gonna also break down like United fans who keep saying, "Oh, it's because of the 115 charges." But the 115 charges is that the reason why if you go to Old Trafford, the whole place is flooding? Is it because of City's 115? I don't get it. It's as if it's become the excuse for the rest of the Premier League to point out. You could even see this, Hung. When we were not top of the league, nobody spoke about 115 charges. Nobody started saying plastic. This person, this Spurs fan, by the way, said every City fan that she doesn't care is plastic. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to hear it. Obviously, that's her anger. This is what I'm saying. Now the anger is, oh, City plastic, oh, City this. But if you notice that when the table was Liverpool at the top or Arsenal at the top, I didn't hear anybody talk about 115 charges this much. I didn't hear anybody talk about plastic. The reason why Liverpool dropped points, is it because of City's 115 charges? No. The reason why Aston Villa took 6 points away from Arsenal, is it because 115 charges? No. As the comment says here, right over here, right? It says the rest of the Premier League needs to fix up. Stop complaining. You see what I mean? Like they need to fix up. What do you think yourself? I just think like this 115 charges thing has just become the excuse for the rest of the Prem to say, oh, wait until the 115 charges get at them. But why don't you fix up? Why don't you demand? Like, even right now, United fans, I was joking around with my brother. I was like, are you guys not embarrassed that it's live on TV and your new owner is there? He's watching the floodgates go down. You saw it. I'm pretty sure you were there. Were you at work? That's embarrassing. Even in my country, as bad as some of the stadiums are, we've never seen flooding like that in the toilets. People have got videos of Old Trafford. The toilets are flooding. There's rats all running around. But all that, does that have to do with City? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that maybe as City fans we have a blindfold, Or is it unfair for us to say, fix up your own club? Spurs, stop complaining. Tell Daniel Levy that he has to invest in a certain way, that it's no longer business. They have to win trophies. Let's talk about Liverpool. Why did you capitulate? Why did you bottle it? You were top of the league with 6 points at a point in time. Why do you blame us? Why did you make a mid-season video with Klopp crying that he has no energy? Was that supposed to be a PR stunt to win a treble? I don't know. So what do you think? It's just I'm just getting tired of listening to rival fans. To be honest, you go ahead. I've spoken enough.
I think it's just used as a defense mechanism to hide the shortcomings of their own issues at their own clubs from my point of view, because honestly and truthfully, that's all. If the 115 charges is all they have to say for the reason for their shortcomings this season, then for me, as City fans, we've already won. All right, because that's all they can talk about. You know, when we win a match, 115 charges, win the league or the treble, 115 charges. Honestly, I'm bored of it. I'm
It's
bored of
boring,
the
isn't it?
it's
It's boring.
boring to talk of that. Why don't you talk about something else for a change? Like Man United fans, like stop stop worrying about us. Why don't you worry about yourselves? Worry about fixing your own issues at the club. Like you got leaks and you get flooding all over your Old Trafford Stadium. Why don't you complain to Sir Jim Ratcliffe about that? Why don't you do something about it? I mean, for Arsenal fans, like, listen, like, Arteta has been heavily backed the past summer with getting the signings he won, and you're blaming 115 charges as the reason why you can't get the job done yourselves, and you're relying on other teams to try to take points off City, which is absolutely pathetic, man. You really should look at yourself at where it went wrong. It's
It's be,
because, like, yeah.
it's becoming the excuse though, and you know what? That's what I'm saying. It's sort of like saying every time you fail, it's like, oh, it's somebody else's fault. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do. Because I was also watching the AFTV. Somebody just sent me a clip, but I just saying it. I was like, just wait for it. Five, four, three, two, one. Somebody's gonna mention 115 shots. Somebody already said, oh, they're cheats. Just wait until they're done. I was like, whose fault is it? There was a point in time when this was Liverpool and Arsenal's title race. Remember when City were third with the gap? Remember they were saying, "Oh, City are done." That's what they told us at the beginning of the season. So I don't get it. Like I seriously don't understand. We're also going to talk about yesterday's game anyway. Let me just even change the title here, and we dive into yesterday's game. But it's just every single time. Every single time we seem to be doing better than them. They seem to say, "Oh, it's because of the 115 charges." Or City are cheats, but City are not the ones who made you lose to Aston Villa. And Arsenal fans, let's bring this back. Let's open this old wound back, because I remember telling Arsenal fans, obviously the league title is not over. There's Everton and West Ham. I'm not gonna be stubborn like other people. Some people are being stubborn saying it's over, but let's say, for instance, you don't win this league, Arsenal fans. Do you remember when City fans warned you that the time when City was wounded and you came to the Etihad, you shouldn't have played haram football? Remember, they decided to park the bus. Maybe that was your opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm telling you, I'm gonna say this live on camera, and I've said it outside the camera. I think if Arsenal went at us, I was scared. I was scared. I think if they went at us, we were going to be in trouble. I think people thought, oh, City were gonna beat them 4. No, 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 no. I think if Arsenal, with the form they had, with the confidence they had, and the lack of confidence City had, if they came to the Etihad and went at us, they would have beaten us. I've seen Brentford do it. I've seen Crystal Palace do it. I've seen Wolves do it. What do you think? Do you think that, even let's start with Arsenal. We're gonna start club by club, since they want to they want to always blame us. Let's also expose them for their own issues. Let's talk about that game, Hong, where they came to the Etihad and packed the bus and then clapped hands. You saw the videos. They were clapping hands, streamers saying, "Yes, we deserve this." That game, do you think that's one of the games that has caused them maybe to be in this particular situation where the title race is not in their control anymore?
I probably would say that, but I think they should look back at the games against Aston Villa when they lost to them twice, and
Mm.
also Fulham took 4 points off them as well, and they lost at home to West Ham. and losing away to Newcastle as well. I think they should look at that, and I
Mm.
think they should look at the draws as well. I mean, look, if you look at the absurd standards that City have set in the last couple of seasons, like you have to be near perfect every single game in order to finish above City. I mean, like the league is not it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It is decided over 38 games. And I believe that if you win the league, you deserve to win the league. All right. And you know, that's how it's always been for the last couple of seasons. And for City, like, we've been in situations where, the media started to doubt us, like even the other fans saying they're not coming. Like, you have to think about this. You could say we are in a transitional season. A season where when we lost Gundogan, lost Mahrez, lost Laporte, bringing in Kovacic, Gavardio, Doku, Mateus Nunes, and you thought like it's going to be a transition or it's going to take us a while, but you have to put that in perspective. We are on the verge of winning four in a row, and I want to say this live on camera. It is not done yet by any means necessary. We still need to get the job done against West Ham on Sunday. I mean, and it will be a tough game, but I know that if City turn up, they will win. They know what's at stake. They're not silly. It's one game at a time mentality, which is going to go on. And I think Arsenal fans, you should not be saying 115 charges as the reason why you didn't win the league. You should really look at yourselves and look at where you felt has gone wrong, why you didn't really. I think if I was like, I'm gonna reiterate, look at the games against Fulham, look at the games against Aston Villa. Maybe if you look at those games, and also the home match against West Ham, I think probably that's the reason why you lost it. Liverpool fans as well. I mean, no, you cannot say again 115 charges. Maybe if you did not announce Klopp halfway through the season that he's leaving, maybe you probably still wouldn't
Maybe
be.
they thought it was going to be a masterstroke. It was going to help them. I because it was weird, isn't it? I heard that he knew from the beginning of the season that he's leaving, and I don't know if you saw the video I retweeted from a guy called Jamie. Big up to Jamie, very good fella. He told people that Klopp hasn't done anything for Liverpool for 4 years, anything significant for 4 years, and yet he's been defended by the fan base, and some of the fan base have gone after him, but the guy was speaking the truth. But you're right. Maybe they thought the PR, one of those things they think that, oh, if he says he's leaving midway season, it will boost them back. Look, it did give them a small boost. But look at this. What do you think of this comment? Liverpool spent half of the season going behind and coming back. It wasn't going to last forever.
No, and I just felt like I think it would easy to think that Klopp's departure would galvanize the whole of Liverpool together. It's actually the opposite for me anyway. You can see Klopp is so tired. He checked out of the season. You look at the Liverpool players; they completely checked out as well. I mean, I think they're just ready. They just want the season to be over, get ready to go into the new to next season, and with the new manager, see what goes on to there. And
You
that's how
notice,
it is.
one,
Yeah.
sorry to cut you,
This,
some of
this
the
guy,
players have down tools the Liverpool players.
do you think they have down too,
No,
though?
because look, I think before he announced it, they were winning games. But at the moment, for some reason, as soon as he someone just announced it, they're just down tools.
Are you in the toilet?
No, I'm not. You hear me
Adam,
now?
Adam, you sound like you're in a toilet
You're a
or
fraud,
you're in a
Patrick.
drum. I'll tell you. Read this guy. This guy is a fraud. He says, "Pat, you won the league, so the hair had to come down." In Africa, we say ideas sink before with hairless hair. This guy is gas. Anyway, Brian says, Patrick, we are destroying Fergie's record. Yeah, I hope we do. Tapio, big up to you. Before we go back to Adam in the toilet, let's just read a few of these comments. Rest of the Prem need to fix up, stop complaining. Even as a Madrista, when you guys waxed us last year, we came back and got the job done. We didn't wait for someone else to do it. This is the reason why Hung that time. I don't know. People were thought I was trying to hype Madrid. Madrid fans, right? You see this mentality. They have this mentality where they're like, okay, you beat us now, right? We'll come back for you again and we'll beat you. We'll find a solution. And the same way with our president Perez, he said in his interview that, oh, City got the better of us, but we will revenge. You know what I mean? If we meet again, we're going to revenge. Somehow, you never hear this from Premier League teams or fans. They don't say, oh, City, you've done this to us. we'll find you again next year. It's all, if Pep has to leave, if only Pep leaves. But Adam, these guys have been trained as that Pep is not the best manager. Pep is a fraud. Pep is a system manager, but yet they want him to leave. It doesn't make sense. And it's as if they are loading a gun and all the time the gun is pointing at themselves, because every time they're like, oh, Pep. Yeah, go ahead.
It's hurt. That's what it is. Now I'm saying that they hurt.
I think so. And I think all of them, and you know what? I think all of them in the league, as much as they say oil money, I think if Spurs had the opportunity to be bought by Qatar, Spurs fans would be top asking that they want to be bought by Qatar, because we all saw it. Remember when United fans and Liverpool fans were twerking for Qatar? But it's quite funny that, as I said, every time it comes to the fact that just because we are the ones with the oil money, so-called oil money, that they hate on us. But yet I remember big media platforms of United, big media platforms of Liverpool were so excited. I remember they were serenading Qatar. They were tagging the prince and the prince of Qatar, and they were always tagging him, giving him stuff. Please buy us, please buy us. That's the reason why I don't take it seriously anymore. When I saw that, as I said multiple times, when I saw Liverpool fans and United fans twerking for Qatar, I knew that this has nothing to do with oil money or hating on oil money. This is jealousy. These clubs have the financial power to compete with City, but they are incompetent as hell. Then cry about it. What do you think of that statement, Hong?
So repeat that again, Patrick, please.
Say, these clubs have the financial power to compete with City, but they are incompetent as hell. They cry about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not City's problem that, that other clubs are. Manchester United have spent a lot more than us, but they still somehow find themselves 8th as well. So, like I said, it all comes from the very, very top down to the manager, the playing squad. I think there is no cohesion at Manchester United as well. And, Liverpool have spent a lot of money as well, but, you can't say that Klopp has worked on a shoestring job, because he hasn't. He did spend £85 million on Nunez, and he did sign, the likes of Gakpo.
How much was Szoboszlai again? Or Szoboszlai? How much was he? Wasn't he like 60?
Was 60 million, if I'm correct, as well.
Yeah, 65. Let's not forget Navigator. Let's not forget Navigator.
Yeah, Navigator was 55 million pounds from Leipzig as well, and he's
Patrick, how are you forgetting Van Dijk and Alisson?
Yeah, those are academy, Adam. Those are from the academy. Shush yourself. Those are from the academy. Van Dijk and
Alisson. How are those two from the academy?
They are from the academy. You shush yourself. They're from the academy. The academy produced those two.
You're a fraud, Patrick.
Yeah, but that's the thing I'm saying. When they say a shoestring budget, as Hong says, and then you look at what he spent. I remember I had an argument with somebody privately, and they were backing it. They were like, "Oh, I respect Klopp more than Pep because he's done it in a lower." But I was like, the budget Klopp has, Wolves is dreaming about that budget. Other people are dreaming about that budget. The funny thing is, when you look at the money, it's so close. But it's just the fact that people are so blinded. That's what I'm saying. Instead of blaming their manager for buying Szoboszlai or for buying Navigator, or for not buying a proper GM to sit between McAllister and Szoboszlai, they will start blaming you. Because let's not forget, wasn't Endo the best thing since sliced bread in January? Remember when Endo had form? Remember they're saying, "Oh my God, Endo, he's 31 years old and he's just dunked on Rodri in a versus." I don't get it. It's just that people, and the funny thing is, I'm not one of those people who know how to do tweets. I wish I knew those, how to bookmark tweets, because I've seen people who are specialists at grabbing tweets. I wish I could, because there's a lot of rubbish that was coming out of Liverpool fans' mouth. There was a lot of rubbish coming out of especially Arsenal fans who were telling us that we're dusted, we're done. Arsenal fans told us that they're the best team. Remember, they told us that they're the best team in the world. They're going to win the UCL. They'll do the double. But funny enough, every time we were just ticking FA Cup, you were out. Europa, Carabao Cup, you were out. You were just ticking you down slowly. It's just that all this stuff, and I hope everybody who's watching and you're a rival fan, you don't take this as if I'm making fun of you. We're making fun of you. It's just sit down today, right? Especially a day like this. If you're at home, take a piece of paper. Write 115 charges this side, right? Just write 115 charges. Then go this side and start writing down what your club needs to improve on to catch up. Like what you have to go tell your owners. Spurs fans especially the Spurs fan who was saying she says all City fans are plastic. She doesn't care. We're cheats. Blah blah. Why don't you sit down, right? Yes, okay, we're cheats. Let's accept that we're cheats. Okay, we're cheats. Leave the cheaters there. Why don't you beat the cheaters? Because I think you guys have one of the best stadiums in the world, and that's the reason why I think you're put as a top six team because of your stadium, the money you make when Beyonce performs at your stadium. Probably that's the biggest.
Patrick,
That's the
Patrick,
biggest. Yeah.
Patrick, I want to reply to that. Patrick, I want to reply to that stupid Spurs fan. Yeah, how is it my problem that her bloody owner, yeah, is more concerned about fucking his piggy bank and his fucking pockets than me? She could call me
Yeah,
15 charges at the end of the day. If I'm winning a trophy, that's all I care. She's not won a trophy in what, in 5,000 something days, and then she has the audacity to open her mouth like the verbal diarrhea that's coming out of her mouth and telling me 115. How about this, yeah? How about she keeps her mouth quiet and stop this verbal diarrhea and say 115, yeah, and ask for her owners to spend. That's all that I have to say.
No, but actually, let's keep it real. Spurs have actually spent. They spent on Dombele. Remember, they bought Dombele. They've been buying players, but it's not like this is the thing about it. Maybe let's educate people. Spending can happen. Spending can happen. Everybody can spend. Let's look at Chelsea. It's not about spending. It's spending the right way. I don't know if people understand that. I don't get like look at Madrid. Madrid will buy a player. Yes, they buy sometimes to sell shirts, but sometimes they want to buy that mega star because they need a position. Like right now, they need Mbappe. Yes, they don't really need him that much, but they need Mbappe because they want to reinforce the attack because they're missing Benzema, right? If they put Mbappe with Vini and Rodrigo, that's a lot of goals. You know what I mean? That's a lot of goals for them. Like they went and got Jude because they knew that midfield was getting slow and old. If you look at City, they will go and buy a player because they are like, okay, so and so, or we need to back up on this. And people say, oh, City, go and buy somebody. Why this? Okay, let's say for instance Nunes, right? He's not playing. Why didn't you go buy Nunes, Man United? Because I think Nunes goes to United, he'll play for United. I think Nunes goes to Liverpool. You guys wanted him. He'll play for Liverpool. I think Nunes goes to Arsenal. Why didn't you guys go buy him? I know some people will be like, oh, some of us, we cannot just spend. But you spend similar amounts on certain players. Because let's talk about like Arsenal. You bought Declan Rice, which was your biggest investment, right? But you also bought that guy, Vieira, who we don't even know if he plays for your club. You know, the Vieira guy who you just leave on the bench. Why don't you use him? It's the same thing as the Nunes thing. Vieira is on the bench. It might not be the same price tag, but he's on the bench. Why don't you use him? That's what it makes me laugh. Like if you look at Chelsea, when they submitted the FA Cup team, remember the list was this big and City's list was this small. But Chelsea have got Kunku, who they bought for 90 million. How much was in Kunku? 70, 90 million. And he's just been injured. They bought Lavia, who's been injured out for 50 million. They bought Enzo for 125 million. Caicedo, 115 million. But the funny thing is, notice that none of these guys will send the energy towards Chelsea because Chelsea is not playing well. But Chelsea were also allegedly accused by the Prem. They're also pending their own investigation, right? But you don't hear anything. This is when you see these things that, oh, Chelsea and City are both in the allegedly accused situation, but they're focusing on City. It's when you see it's jealousy, as Adam says, it's all jealousy. We're gonna move away from this, unless you guys have anything else to say. So, what did you guys think of yesterday's game? I'm gonna get my charger. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I think going into this match, I think personally, like I was pretty confident given with the formula. And of course, I acknowledge the fact that Tottenham, is a place where we haven't been successful for the last couple of seasons. But I think what helped the fact that going there early in the season, winning 1-0 in the FA Cup, and it was so fitting that centre back would open the score with us with a scrappy goal. But I think especially with when crunch time this season, like if City turn up when they need to win, they will win, and winning it, and they did win last night as well. And fair play, Tottenham they did play well at times. They did create some chances as well, but I think it wasn't the best match for them. wasn't De Bruyne's best game, but he came up with the assist for the opener for Haaland. And the game-changing substitutions that Pep made. First of all, Pep had to take Edison off because I think or concussion issues, and the doctor told Pep, "You got to take him off, man. He can't continue." And Edison was showing his frustration because he wants to play, but Stefan Ortega, and came on, and my goodness, he made the difference. So I like Heung-min Son. 9 times out of 10, he would put that away. One on one. But Stefan Ortega was so in control, so calm. He knew exactly what to do. He positioned himself well. He basically said to Heung-min Son, "I am forcing you to make a decision. What are you gonna do? All right, I'm not leaving. I'm staying where I am. What are you gonna do?" And he stuck out his right leg to deny Son, and that was not only a match-winning save, but that was a title-winning save as well from the Stefan Ortega. And I mean, I need to remind for the viewers out there, he came from relegated Arminia Bielefeld on a free transfer. A free transfer didn't cost a single penny for City to get Ortega through the door.
Yeah.
And
Hold on.
he's been put.
Before you finish your point, I don't want to forget. I want you to also, because it's good you've mentioned that, and I appreciate this that you've mentioned that, because this also brings back the fact that people think all the City players we just spend big amounts. And I also want you to, as you're explaining Ortega, please also explain one of the best defenders in the league, Akanji. After you explain Ortega, give them the price, because some people I think don't know. I think they don't know. They just listen to media saying City spend. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think I think Akanji needs to thank Ortega every single day, to probably till Sunday. If City the boys get over the line. I mean, Ortega, like, you remember, like, I think why aren't other clubs were looking at Ortega, but City looked at him, got him on a free transfer. And listen, like, I'll tell you this, Ortega, he's far too good to sit on the bench, man. He deserves to be a number one, if not at City, but he definitely deserves to be number one elsewhere. I want to mention this, like, he made a huge difference to make sure City kept the lead. And of course, and Doku as well, who everyone's been getting on his back, but he came on and made the difference. Like Foden with that pass as well to Doku, and he ran and he had Pedro Porro running scared, and that's why he dangled a leg out, and Doku won the penalty, and Haaland, cool, calm, collected, and scored the penalty to make sure Manchester City leave the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with 3 points in the bag going into Sunday, knowing that they need to win, and destiny is still in their own hands to win the Premier League. And I just think with City is like crunch time, one game at a time. Now the Tottenham game is in the house. I mean, sorry, in the past. It's moving on to Sunday against West Ham, where we have a chance to make history to become the first English team in English football history to win 4 top division championships in a row, which has never been done before. And I'm not saying, I don't want to say this, it's not done yet. Still need to get the job done on Sunday. And just want to, and of course Akanji, who's been probably City's best defender this season. I want to
One for
remind
13
everybody how
million.
much it costs. £15 million from
Mm.
Borussia Dortmund. Just remember, Borussia Dortmund were more than happy to sell him for £15 million, and I
Yeah.
don't know why. Have no idea why. I mean, but okay, cool, £15 million. Okay, we'll pay 50 million, and he's coming, and he's, you've of course the expectation for Kanji, well, he was just going to be a squad player and be rotated in and out, but no, he's made himself indispensable to the team. He's not he's and made himself available, kept himself in the team. He's kept the likes of Stones out, DS out at times, and he's been amazing for us since he
Why,
signed. And
why, why, why? Can I ask you something, right? Since we are here, and guys, I'll just be pasting the comments. I'll be reading them. So people claim not to care about City, but tuned in to watch them. Very similar to Floyd Mayweather. That's true. Floyd Mayweather. Nobody say. People used to say, "I don't want to watch Floyd Mayweather. He's a fraud. I hate him." But people used to wake up early in the morning to go watch him. Oh, like Akanji and Ake. Do you see where I don't like the Prem because of PR. Wait, Adam, Adam, wait, Adam. I'll go to you too. Akanji and Ake, where you see PR, Adam. and I think Adam, maybe you get into this. I'll let Adam answer it then. You see why I hate the Prem and PR, especially in England. You notice the PR around Saliba and Gabriel. Yet Akanji and Ake are as good as Saliba and Gabriel. You know that, right? If not better. But it's just PR. You notice that, right? Because I was thinking about it. We were struggling all season, right? Because we were chopping and changing the center backs. Have you noticed that every time the center backs, it's especially Akanji and Ake, we've had clean sheets recently, about 4, I think so. Only recently we had with Diaz, obviously, when he came on and this game. But Akanji and Ake are as good as Saliba and Gabriel, but look at the way Gabriel and Saliba get tweaked for or get hyped because it's PR. You know what I mean? PR, they put them out there. Look what he's doing. Because I was watching, look, I give credit to Saliba and Gabriel, especially Gabriel, because he's improved, Adam, because Gabriel was a fraud. He's improved massively. He's matured, and I appreciate that he's matured, and I think he's very underrated by the Arsenal fan base because I think he has had a better season than Saliba. But if you look at Akanji, the speed he has, even Ake, the way they don't go to the floor, they just defend standing, you know what I mean? They defend, take the ball away from you. That's the same thing Saliba and Gabriel have been doing. Just because, okay, the advantage that Saliba and Gabriel might have is because they've been a partnership all season, but Ake maybe half of the season and Akanji. But if you look at those two, Ake and Akanji, I'm sorry, they're in the top 5 of centre backs right now in the league, but they won't get the hype because obviously they play for City. It's just, I just think Akanji, especially, even with Ake, I think they are one of the best defenders in the world. But Adam, do you think it's always PR? Because I think it's PR. Because look at Van Dijk. He's been shit some of this season, but he's still been put in the player of the season. Go ahead.
Patrick, it is PR. Why do you think I don't look at the bullshit that goes behind fucking Jude Bellingham? Because it's all full of PR shit. Yeah. People will tell me, oh, Jude Bellingham is the best thing when come to slice bread. But the guy is all overhyped. That's what I said, yeah. Honestly, that's what I remember I said to you, yeah. Saka is a better talent than Jude Bellingham, and you laughed. And I stick by that. And players like Akanji and Ake don't get enough credit because they just play for City. That's all it is. But if they play for other teams, yeah, they'll get the credit. But once you play for City, people are like, we don't care. They're just doing what they do.
Yeah, because go ahead, huh?
I was gonna say to you, like, I'm not gonna take the credit away from Saliba and Gabriel. I mean, they've been fantastic this season. But if I want to mention this in a respectful manner, Saliba, who can't get into the France team at this moment in time, Gabriel, who's obviously he's not rated. He's probably not rated back in Brazil, if I'm honest.
I think they called him recently. He's been called now. Now he's been
called now for Copa America. But I think if I'm gonna be honest, I think the first choice partnership for Copa America will be probably Marquinhos and Lucas Barada, the PSG centre back pairing as well. And when you look at Akanji and Ake, they are both full internationals for Switzerland and Netherlands respectively, and they do start for their teams as well. And I think the thing is, like, listen, the thing people's like don't try and attack me for this. Like, you have to speak to the national team managers. I'll speak to Didier Deschamps, who's a France World Cup winning manager and player. There's a reason why he doesn't pick Saliba in his 11 for a reason. You speak to him about that. Don't know about the new Brazil manager, how he feels about Gabriel. No, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But Akanji, Akaki, they don't get anywhere near the credit deserves. And I think what's so underrated is that Akanji and Ake have a very close bond friendship off the pitch as well, which probably helps with their relationship on the pitch, with that chemistry when they with the communication between them is very, very strong between them as very, very well. I think Akanji is so fun. I think for me, he's definitely been the best defender for City this season.
Yeah. Akanji has been good. That's why I'm saying it annoys me the fact that like the fact that Van Dijk, the Van Dijk one is the one I sit there and say, okay, so Van Dijk has had few good games, right? But it annoys me that Akanji, who's been one of the best centre backs, if Gabriel and Saliba are, which I think they should be in the team of the season, Gabriel and Saliba together, if they're not there, it's supposed to be Akanji. But just because Van Dijk won the Carabao Cup, showing a few, just I can't believe, like, it just pisses me off that, yes, I get it. This guy, he had great seasons. He had his great seasons before, but don't start using that as a way that all the time you throw him into a system. Do you know who I respect is Jamie Carragher? Of course, I was going against him when he picked De Bruyne in the team of the season. Then he brought logic to it, because I was like, why are you putting De Bruyne? Obviously, I'll put Odegaard before De Bruyne, but he says this guy is so incredible and inevitable at the point where all season De Bruyne was injured half of the season, right? Hong, do you know that De Bruyne might be the top assister by Sunday if he plays and gives 3 assists? He
Yeah,
might be. He's number 2. He's number 2. And do you know what makes me laugh also? I'll go into the Spurs game more, but I just want to chat obviously around City. Guys, like the vid. If you're on Twitter, retweet or do whatever you want to do. Put whatever you want to do. I was just saying, it's also funny that people were saying, "Oh, Haaland is having a bad season." I was one of them. Remember, let me not lie. I'm still dunking on Haaland. I think according to his standards, it hasn't been going well. And what I've also seen, Hang, is it happens in life, and I'm not blaming Haaland. I've noticed keepers are diving left. Have you noticed that this season they were diving left? You know why they're diving left? Because they know that Haaland will go to his strong foot. So most of the times when he hits it very well, he kills it. They've gone in. But have you noticed that most of the saves is because keepers know that? I was watching the game because one of my friends said it's not like he's like, I'm not saying he's been figured out. He's like, it's just keepers have now said, let me dive left so he doesn't embarrass me. You know what I mean? There's a majority, I'll get it. If you've noticed some of the games, the ones in the early, which was said, oh my God, he's missed again. That's because he was going strong left and the keepers are just dropping that side. Because one of the keepers was embarrassed because he used his right. He switched it and hit it this side. Then they're like, oh, he's embarrassed the keepers because all of them keep diving left because they know he will put it his left. That's why the pen yesterday, I was a bit scared because he hits it very high. He hits it very strongly at the left, isn't it? Majority of the time, sometimes he hits it down the middle very strong, or he hits it to the. He rarely hits it to the right. I don't know if you've noticed that. Haaland usually hits it left. That's why I said, oh, he might save it. But Vicario, I think, thought, oh, maybe he'll go right. But Haaland has got 27 goals. Hung. I was thinking this guy will not get the golden boot. For a minute, I was scared. I was like, there's no way he's getting the golden boot. He's been injured. There's few games left. This guy's on 27. If he plays on, let's say the same thing, let's say De Bruyne and Haaland play, and De Bruyne gives him 3 assists, this will be 30 goals. 30 goals where he's got injured. So these 2 players we have been insulted all season. They're finished. I also let me not be a lie. I thought De Bruyne is done. I'm sorry, and I'm not gonna apologize. I'm just saying I don't think this is not even the best De Bruyne. Am I lying? This is not even the best version. Both of these players have been playing half their potential, but their standards are so clear off the league, right? So good. Watkins has had to work his ass off. Just guys, other strikers have had to work their ass off this season. Watkins has been amazing. For him to be a top assister, Watkins, and then be number 2 to Haaland, I give him all the credit. He's worked his ass off. Some people were trying to, what's his name? Troy Deeney was trying to say he's a winger who's pretending to be a striker. He's proved them wrong. Cole Palmer has had to have the best breakout season of his life to be number 2 to Haaland or number 3 to Haaland in the league. People have had to perform all season, Hung and Adam, to that top level. Odegaard has had an amazing season. Yet these 2 guys we have, Haaland and De Bruyne, this combo, have just, I don't even say walked to the top. That's what they've really done. They've walked to the top. They didn't run. That just shows how blessed we are at City. And I think as City fans, sometimes we don't appreciate how blessed we are, because I know I'm still saying it, that maybe De Bruyne going forward, we have to pick games he plays. I think I was not wrong to say that. Some people told me that I was a fraud for saying that, but I was just saying for the care of De Bruyne, you can see every time he gets injured now, it's not the same injury where he just walks it off. It's painful, like yesterday. So, Hung, are you not amazed by this, where Haaland and De Bruyne have had a bad season, which we might say, yeah, and haven't had the best because they've been injured, but they've still managed to be at the top on stats because De Bruyne is close now.
I think because remember, like De Bruyne and Haaland have got absurdly high standards, not only for themselves, and you have to take into consideration Haaland has scored 38 goals in all competitions in a supposedly very poor season. And by his standards, you're expecting Haaland to score in every game with every chance that he gets. And that's just not possible. It's football, man. He's going to miss some chances. That's normal for a striker. But, you have to take in considering, like, with how much both De Bruyne and Haaland miss. I mean, De Bruyne, yeah, he may be declining body-wise, but he can still find the killer pass, man. He still has the quality to find the right pass, and he has. You have to take into consideration. I mean, figure how many. I think he's got 16 assists now since he came back in January, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
in combined, and then he's got
Combined, man,
10.
that's just
It's
incredible.
got 10 in the league. So Watkins has 13. So it's
Yeah,
actually 3 away. So
yeah.
yesterday, if he stayed, maybe. And did you see that run yesterday at Adam? Is Adam still with us, or is he still in the toilet? Adam, did you see that run he did yesterday before the assist? The way you should watch
Yeah,
it
I'm here.
again. Yeah, watch the replay, right? De Bruyne actually he looked at the gap. Like, that's how intelligent he is. He looked at the gap, and guess what? If you freeze it, all the players, especially the Spurs players and everybody, guess who they're looking at? Silva. De Bruyne somehow, it's just genius. He looked at the gap and he looked at De Bruyne. He looked at Haaland already. He looked at Haaland and he looked at Foden, and he keeps looking. And I'm like, because somebody says when you're watching football for Man City, sometimes zoom on De Bruyne. He does things that other people are not doing. Like, people will be looking at Doku because Doku has the ball, right? Everybody. De Bruyne starts looking at gaps, and guess what? 3 of the gaps that are there, he runs through them, and it amazed me, Hong, and Adam, because he looked at that gap, and guess what? All the Spurs defenders were looking at Bernardo. He looked at that gap, went in there, stood there, and then he actually paused for a while, and then some idiots are trying to claim it's offside, which is funny because there's no offside at all. Some lines, just these people are trying to push lines inside. I don't know what they're trying to do. He runs into that gap, and
Patrick,
everybody, yeah, go ahead.
Patrick, you know who it is? It's a bunch of retarded Arsenal fans that I keep saying it's offside. But what do you expect from brain dead fools? That's why I say, yeah, animals
This
have
this guy
better common sense than Arsenal
this
fans.
guy is on this guy is on insults today, isn't it, Adam? Have you had your coffee?
No, because no, Patrick, it's the honest truth.
Mm.
Like, honest truth, yeah. Animals
Yeah,
have
but did
more
you
common sense
but
than
did you
Arsenal fans.
but did you see that pass yourself? Did you see, like, every
Yeah,
time
I
he
saw
does
it.
it? Wait,
Yeah, but
how
that's
amazing?
expected from KDB.
Yeah,
But
but I'm just
you
saying
know why
that
I say that's
it's
expected from
expected. It's
KDB,
expected, but
Patrick?
nobody can stop him. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Because Patrick, why I say that's expected from KDB, yeah. This guy is a freak of nature. He sees what others can't see. You think an Odegaard can do what KDB does? Never, never. KDB is by far the best midfielder in the Premier League. Nobody comes close to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it's like expected, yet nobody can stop it. This is what I was trying to say. I don't know if you agree with me. It's like it was expected, but nobody can stop it, because even the guy on the TV, the commentator, was like, he does that all the time, and nobody still can catch him. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. His thinking is next level, because that goal, we really desperately need that goal. I said, let's dive into the game now. How are you feeling though? First half. How are you feeling? Because I was sweating. I was nervous.
To be honest with you, like I just felt quite relaxed throughout it. I just know when for the first half, I know we had a few chances, but I knew that it just wasn't the best. It wasn't the City that we used to watch in the first half anyway. But I think come half time, I just know Pep went in the changing room, and I know for a fact he wasn't happy. I'm pretty sure he let them know.
What do you
He
think
put,
was wrong? Let me ask you that. What do you think was wrong that first half? Because we I don't know how you guys feel. Like, the mispassing. What do you think was actually wrong
I
that
think
first half?
I think there was a few misplaced passes, and I felt
Yeah.
at times we were a little bit wasteful. at times, and Foden had the chance, but Vicario made a very, very good save. And I just felt like the cohesion wasn't quite there at times, and I felt, and Pep was like, "What the? This is not my team," and he went in at half time. He let them know. I'm pretty sure, you know, back he really let them have it in the change room. He said, "Listen, like, come on, guys, like, do you want to win 4 in a row? Like, what is this, man? Are you kidding me? Is this how you? This is not my team in the past. I am not seeing that, and I expect better." And they came out a different team in the second half as well. And De Bruyne, like, listen, Kevin De Bruyne, look, he is gonna go down. For me personally, I mean, everybody had their preference, but for
I
me,
think that debate is gone, because I've also seen
yeah,
ex-players that used to put Gerrard and Lampard before him. I think this whole thing where they're saying Kevin De Bruyne is not in that all-time Premier League thing, it's done. I think it's done, because
yeah,
he's now number 2 on assists, isn't it? On par with, he's over Fabregas. I think the highest one is Giggs with the highest. I think Giggs has got a lot of assists. But I think that debate is done. And Honga, it's changed throughout the years, because they used to say, "Oh, Steve Gerrard because of the Champions League." Uh, but now I think everybody, including even Liverpool fans, I've even seen Jamie Carragher say it's De Bruyne in the all-time great. I think he is in there
mm,
now. Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
He's already some. I mean, like, for me, like, people will say that Gerrard, Lampard, Vieira, Keane, but listen, the thing is, like, De Bruyne, he is undoubtedly the greatest midfielder ever to grace the Premier League. I don't think there's anything need to be debate about. I think, listen, on the verge of winning a 6th Premier League title, and he's got the second most assist in Premier League history. And, like, I mean, if you look at his highlight reels in the big moments he produces in the Premier League, but of course throughout his career, incredible, man. Like, like, we could talk about it all day long. I mean, like, he is the greatest Premier League midfielder ever. Ever. Not just greatest Premier League ever. I think he deserves to be mentioned in the greatest Premier League players ever. In my opinion, I think he's definitely top 5 at the very, very least.
I'm sorry. I think I'm telling you that now as we speak. I think it's changed. Like seasons ago, I'm telling you, that you'll be surprised. Go to rival fan channels. It's changed. It's gone. None of them even they're even doubting their own midfielders. Even like honest rival channels now are saying it is him. Even Rio Ferdinand saying it's KDB. Jamie Carragher used to say Gerrard. He's changed his tone. It's KDB. Guy Neville says it's KDB, and it is KDB. Let's not lie, because we're joined by Cow now. Cow, how are you doing? Good morning. Is it good morning
Good morning.
or
Good morning. Yeah, Adams. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here. Good morning. Getting the kids ready, so I'm excited to join in when I can. But yeah, good morning to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're just talking about yesterday's game. How are you feeling during the first half? Honestly, give us your honest feeling. Don't give us the PR one.
It was a mixture of calm, but a bit of frustration. Like, I thought we showed too much respect to them in the first half. I thought we showed a bit too much respect. I think the manager got to them and told them, "This is it. You're better than them. Go out." I was just a little frustrated. So my tweets, my comments in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, don't you think the flooding of the midfield caused troubles for City? Because I saw the flood in the midfield.
I just thought we weren't brave enough on the ball. We were too nervous. We were losing the ball to them. We weren't using the wide areas as much as we could. I felt there was some confusion between Kevin and Foden. It seemed that it wasn't flowing as well. When Kevin went off and Doku came in and Foden occupied that single number 10 position, the game completely changed. He was knitting things together. He was connecting passes. He was running the game like that. It's almost as if when Foden and De Bruyne on the field, Foden almost defers that leadership role to De Bruyne because of seniority. But once Kevin went off, Foden ran. Go watch it again. He completely ran that game. Completely. He was everywhere. Deep, middle, final third, left, right, inside. He was the one who was connecting the pass with Rodri, switching it to Doku. It was brilliant to watch.
Yeah, but remember what I told you off camera, when we were talking, I told you that the reason why I would still keep KDB is the fact that he will just do something like he will open them to pieces. And
Just
I'm
one
pretty
moment.
sure. Yeah.
One moment, Patrick. Just De Bruyne is all about moments. Can I create one moment of magic? And this kind of game, that's all you need. That first goal was one moment of magic from De Bruyne. Actually, it all started with Foden from the left hand side. Remember, it all started with Foden running down the left side,
Yeah,
switching,
Foden, yeah.
then to Bernardo, then to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne making that run around, and then they're squaring that ball without even looking into that zone of uncertainty. And I guess he was there to finish it off. Erling Haaland, cool as a cucumber, bang, 1-0. It was, that's City football. And I think we all need to go watch that game again now that it's over, just to enjoy the game and watch how these guys play. Because I mean, in fair play to you, Patrick, I mean, Kovacic is the key.
Nah, that one makes me laugh because a lot of people say this man is old. Why is he coming here? But
Kovacic,
this guy has been helping us,
Kovacic was the key that allows us not to play John Stones in the center midfield.
Yeah, that's that, I think that's what people don't get. This is the reason why I think people are so confused when we are not reliant, because we were very reliant on John Stones. And fair play to John Stones, we've been very reliant on John Stones. But Kovacic, this is the reason why I used to want Kovacic from the beginning. Remember, I used to rave about him. I used to say, this guy, why is he at Chelsea? Why shouldn't he come here? There's another guy also who I think Chelsea fans, you should sit down and think why. I don't know why you did not just leave him permanently. Zakaria and Kovacic, the partnership was actually very good. I don't know why. Which manager did that? Who decided that? Was it Potter? It was Potter, wasn't it? Let him in. God, that was silly. That was silly.
The thing about Kovacic is that he is the controller. Rodri is the distributor. So you have the controllers who are playing that 6-6, right? You have Rodri who's able to pick the ball, switch the ball left, right, drive into the box, make that final connection pass. And then Kovacic, who plays this deeper number 6 playmaker role, almost like the Jorginho role that Pep wanted in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? So the regista, the one who kind of connects from the center back to the midfield. That's what Kovacic is able to do. Keep the movement, run with the ball. He's press resistant. And then Rodri does Rodri things, right? Further up the field, playing the ball left, right, and center, switching the point of attack. I mean, this is a masterclass. Pep has changed football again. When Arsenal copied our inverted fullbacks stuff with Zinchenko and Partey, all that stuff, Pep has changed it again. Now, I'm gonna play out with my fullbacks wide as wingers and play a 6-6 and a 10. It's and a back three. Completely changed it. It changes so much to the fact that all these apps that do like pre-match positioning stuff, then I've added that to their library of things to pick. We're living in a crazy time, man. We're living.
It is though. It is, and let me just read this from Tapio. Big up to Tapio, man. Tapio always here and always leaves a comment. Tapio has been with us since the beginning of the channel. Big up to you, my brother Tapio. KDB's football IQ will keep him in the game a long time. That's the good thing about midfielders like that, who don't rely on the physicality even when they start to decline, like Modric and KDB. That's why I was telling people that I don't want KDB gone or sold. It's just the fact that I think going forward, maybe he might start from the bench and people mustn't get emotional about it because you have to look after him. But I like him. Like, I enjoy my best KDB moment this season, Carl Hung and Adam, is when he came for the Newcastle game. Players like Modric and KDB will sit on the bench, they'll read the game and they'll look at where the holes are and they'll come in and just open up a game. So here's another thing. Good morning from FCFC. Big up to FCFC. Go subscribe, guys. And I thank you very much for the comment. KDB, the very best midfielder of all time, absolute baller. When ex-players say it's KDB, then their opinion counts more than their fans because ex-players know what he takes. It's true because their opinions have changed completely. Let's not forget about Foden's pass to Doku for the penalty. Top class. That pass by Foden. This is why Carl was saying that somehow when KDB is out of the team, Foden says, okay, now it's my team. It's my midfield. It happens in life, though. Like, I don't blame Foden. There was a point in time when KDB used to do the same thing when David Silva was the senior. Remember? KDB would sometimes just be going to the left, leaving David Silva to be the guy doing everything and cooking. But big up for that comment. Second, that goal, that penalty goal by Haaland, and the way he walked and smiled. How did you feel, Han? Because for me, no, let's talk about Doku. Let's talk about Doku because you didn't mention Doku. How have you felt about Doku's first season? Because I have been defending Doku online from people. I remember somebody wrote a tweet yesterday, bit of a nasty tweet. They're like, "Oh, Doku is going to cause us to lose this game," and this is the 1-0. And I was like, "What has he done?" The kid has come in. The kid is tracking back. They say that he doesn't track back, but there's a graph hung online where they're saying Doku is one of the most creative players. Go ahead, Carl.
Patrick, without Doku, we don't get that second goal.
You know what? Oh God, another thing, Carl. Do you know rival fans said without Doku we don't draw at Madrid? People don't want to.
Let me just put it straight. Let me just be clear, and I'm not trying to take sides, right? Unfortunately, if that was Jack, we don't get that penalty. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to take any sides. I'm just taking the facts.
Even if it's Bernardo Silva, we don't. Even if it's Bernardo Silva,
correct. Yeah. Even if it's Bernardo Silva, we don't. Right? If it's Cole Palmer, we don't. There's a reason why he picked that guy at that point in time to come into the game, because the game was getting stretched and he needed that extra push to push them back. And Doku was there with that speed. It's just clear. It's not even a debate or like, oh, it's trying. No, it's facts. Why did he pick him at that point in time to go in the game? What was man thinking? Yeah, he knows. Jeremy was the right person to go in.
I don't get people. Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand people. I get it that we can all have favorites and we have to support the team, but it's just that the reason why I've been fighting for Doku, some people say, oh, you are his fanboy, but no, it's not that. It's the fact that some people have nasty comments. It's as if they're like, oh, I remember there was a point where they're saying his football IQ is low. I remember they were saying that, oh, this and that, his IQ is not great, his final ball, this and that. But come on, guys, let's be honest. Even our wingers in general, it's not like our wingers have the best outputs out there. Let's keep it a stack. Our wingers haven't been playing like as much as I banter Saka and Martinelli. Last season, Saka and Martinelli were producing what wingers are supposed to produce. Obviously, everybody has a different way to play. So Pep loves his wingers to do something different. Maybe that's why our wingers perform differently. But if you talk about winger production, what Saka and Martinelli were doing last season, that's what we call production, which is open for everybody. But the thing is, there's certain fans in the fan base, Doku, and that's what has helped rivals who started saying, oh, Doku is useless. But the funny thing is, guess what? Rivals are the ones now who have started educating us. They have said, why are you guys insulting this young fella? He is having a better season than some of the players that came to City. In general, I remember Bernardo Silva's first season, not great. Rodri's first season, not great. Doku has actually had better seasons than most of these players when they came. Another guy who... Oh, Hong, do you want to say something about Doku before I move on to another guy who I want to defend also, because I see he's already started getting nasty comments saying, why is he here? Why is he occupying our bench? Go ahead.
Incredible, man. Doku. Yeremi Doku, man. That's the Belgians say. Yeremi Doku. I think he's done well in his first season. I think, next season he's going to kick on for me as well. And I think he'll have a great Euros as well for me. I think, he came on. Look, Pep done it again. Game-changing substitution with him. Like, Pedro Porro was scared to death when he saw him. When you're one-on-one against Doku, it's the game over. Just forget it. It's just not going to happen. Like, he's just got our patient. Then Pedro Porro was so scared. He stuck a leg out and Doku won the penalty, and we got the second goal as well. Doku played a big part than you realize as well. Incredible. Yeremi Doku, man. What a player.
Yeah, Doku has also been good. Another guy who's impressed me is Oscar Bob. And now some fans have also started attacking Nunes. Oh, Nunes was a panic buy. Nunes, what is he doing here? Like, I'm telling you guys, we have to keep learning that some of these players, they have brought something. Even Nunes, there was a point in time some people were happy that, oh, Nunes, oh my God, look at what he's doing. When he helped us win few games with a few assists. I know. I am one of Jack's biggest critics. And look, I criticize him, but you've never heard me once say Jack has to leave the club. Never. You've never heard me say that, but some people take it as far as leave the club, this and that. But it's just a funny thing that when it comes to Doku, people have got a special and a nasty side to say, oh, he's useless, oh, low IQ. But this kid is doing a lot. Anyway, for me in general, let me talk about the game. I was nervous the first half and things were not working out. And fair play to Spurs. Some people thought Spurs were going to bend over for City. We're going to give away the game for City. But Spurs actually played the best game of the season, as according to Spurs fans. To be honest with you, I like the way Angie, obviously I didn't like it because I was pissed off because he did it against us. I like the way he came in with that guy. Is it Dragon, whatever his name is it Dragon or whatever that centre back is, who is good in the
Dragusin.
air? Yeah, to help them with the centre. Yeah, because all season Hung, they've been struggling with set pieces. They brought him in, and I like him. He doesn't go down. Have you noticed that? He doesn't slide. He was a clean defender. He was doing very well. They were defending very well. Let's say Spurs were defending very, very, very well. And then Angie flooded the midfield. I was like, Angie wants to win this game. But I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, this Spurs team, why do they do this to us? Why do they? But there was a voice in the back of my head saying, this is not Mourinho. This is not Conte. This is Angie's Spurs, and they are playing open football. If you play open football against City, eventually one pass will rip you into pieces. So that's what happened with the pass with De Bruyne, magic of moment. So we, as a team, I think right now are better than Spurs. We're a more completed team than Spurs. Of course, we are the world champions. Carl keeps reminding most of us, which some of us keep forgetting. That's why we've got that World Cup badge on our chest. We're also the UEFA Club champions. So we obviously have better quality players and we're a better finished article because post Angie right now, I think he's just starting in his project. So obviously he'll get better. But I was like, because of the level we have, players like Haaland and Foden, we will eventually score. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest. I thought for a minute that it's going to be peak. I thought it's going to be 0-0. And then Son scores. And then Son goes 1v1. When Son went 1v1, and I'm going to come in and also talk about another player, which is Ortega. And also, it's sad to see that this season, Edison has had so many accidents. I feel sorry for him. I think that's why he was pissed off. Ben Pep said, he's angry because he wants to play and he's been very unfortunate this season. But when Son went 1v1, let me just go to Carl or Adam, if Adam you're here. When Son went 1v1, what do you think? Because Pep says the reason why he went to the floor is because Son has tortured us for 8 years. So Pep said Son has tortured us for 8 years.
Patrick.
When Son was 1-on-1, I was abusing Akanji. You know how much I was.
I'll let Carl go ahead first.
I was abusing Akanji. I was livid. I was like, I thought about everything that would happen to that guy if Son scores on his 1-1. That guy will get the amount of hate he would get. I know how it works. But when Ortega made that save, I just said, yeah, we're going to win this game. You know, sometimes these things happen, like with that injury. Edison doesn't make that save, by the way. You know he doesn't make that save.
Yeah, like I told people that, look, yes, he might, but I don't think he has a higher percentage of... Because Ortega and Edison both are great keepers, but let's not pretend as if both of them don't have advantages and disadvantages over each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think Ortega is that good of 1v1 keeper. Oh my God.
Hong, let's be clear.
Patrick, if I tell you what
Adam,
I tell you what happened to me when
sorry, let me Hong, Edison doesn't make that save. Let's not sugarcoat thing. Eddie does. Eddie is not strong at 1v1s. We know each other's strengths. This guy, Patrick, you told us now when he came now, when you're showing us his goals at Amina Belfield now, what he was doing.
I remember we did I did a video, didn't I, when he came, that this guy, he's got crazy saves.
Yeah, he has this crazy saves. He's like an octopus, right? He has like 12 hands. He doesn't make that save. Eddie doesn't make that save. We've seen it every time we lost our Spurs 1-0, that's the goal that Son scores. And Eddie's the one in goal.
Yeah, you know what? Let's think about it. Every time we've lost to Spurs, and Son scores, those are his goals, isn't it? He always puts it between. He puts it because he was trying to put it between the legs. He puts between the legs of Eddie. He was trying to put it between the legs of Ortega. And when I was thinking about it, it's like, this is a Son missed. No. Son, the save was incredible. He put his leg out like this, while the other leg is tucked into the other leg to make sure it doesn't go between his legs. Then he put his hand down I don't
Do you
know.
know? Do you know that the 2 times we won at the Spurs Stadium, the keeper that's finished the game has been Ortega. Now, Eddie, I love Eddie. You know how much I love Eddie. You know, Eddie's number one, right? But it's no coincidence that when it came to time and they said Eddie's been hit, that time when he kicked the ball and he slipped, take him off, because you have a capable goalkeeper as your second, probably the best. He would probably make a top 4 team easy. He's better than Raya. Let's be clear. The Arsenal keeper is better. Ortega is better than Raya. Way clear. He's probably the second best keeper in the league right now. You know, maybe Allison's third, maybe Allison's second. You can argue a bit, but Ortega is just incredible. When people say, "Oh, if he's going to leave City, we have to pay him." Look, make him an offer he cannot refuse. Period. I keep saying it all the time, Patrick. When we're talking about Haaland, I said, make Haaland an offer he cannot refuse. Make Stefan Ortega an offer he cannot refuse. Where he knows, okay, I get a certain amount of Premier League games in my contract, a certain amount of FA Cup games, and some Champions League games. Now that we have more games in the league of the Group League of Champions League.
Let's not even forget that people keep going to the Son save. Let's not forget Kulusevski almost nutmegged him and he still saved it between his legs.
Yes, Hong. Yes, Adam. Man, I'm just so happy. What we're watching is, people are saying, "Oh well, Champions League. You want to do a double treble? Who does a double treble?"
I would have loved it. Let's not lie. That agenda could have been the best.
You think the Premier League, the FA, and UEFA are going to allow you to do a double treble?
Yeah, but just imagine if it happened by some luck. If it happened,
they will never allow you to do it now. When they pick that referee again, you think they're never allowed? They will never allow it now. They're never going to allow that to happen. No, they won't allow it to happen. They won't. It's not in the interest of football for that to happen.
It's not. There's a comment here. It says Nunes will be quality for us. He has great turn of pace and he will get his chance with us. That's true. Let's also not forget, without Ortega last night, we wouldn't be sitting here today with the defeat. Top class keeper, that's true. Big Angie will leave Spurs in summer because he isn't happy with the Spurs fans or players. What do you think about that, Adam? Angie wasn't happy. You saw that, right? He is not happy. Do you think that's fair on him, or what do you think? Because I wanna hear from people, because I don't really want to get involved in this toxic thing between Arsenal and Spurs. But I don't blame Spurs fans, because Hong, Adam, and Carl, I want you to go look at Arsenal videos when Arsenal was in the mud, the time when Spurs were above them. The nasty stuff Arsenal fans used to say about Spurs. I hope they go to the Champions League and get slashed 7-0. I remember when it was the Liverpool versus Spurs final. Arsenal fans were celebrating and they had a party because they were having parties and celebrating on their channels because Spurs got slapped. That's why when Arsenal fans are trying to be noble, saying, "How dare you say this?" I was like, "Nah, don't do this. We've seen you for years when you were struggling and Spurs was at the top. You were being nasty too." So what do you think about Angie? Do you think he will leave? Because he wasn't happy yesterday. And Carl, Adam, and Hong, I'll start with Hong. He made comments towards the club saying they're fragile. He said, Adam, you can start. He said they're fragile. What do you think? Do you think he's going to stay?
You know, I can see this. Look, if the right job comes and he feels like the job is good for him, I think you grab it with 2 hands.
He didn't like the mentality, isn't it? There's even a video of him arguing with the Spurs fans in the stadium. Did you see that one?
Yeah, with a Spurs fan who was said to to forfeit the game, but then he got angry. I don't blame him, you know.
Yeah, but did you see that guy? He was pissed off. He spoke to them. He's like, "What?" He's like, "Shut up." He was not happy, and he said the club is fragile. He said from the top to bottom. That's what he said. I was like, "Anki, those words are fighting words. Those are fighting words."
This is what when you do too much media nonsense, this is what happens. When you're too involved in the trolling and the media stuff, you become a fragile fan base. Which is why I'm always saying, you always see me saying on social media, do not be afraid. You have nothing to lose, nothing to fear. You've done it all. You've won the treble. You won 5 trophies. You won the Club World Cup. You're world champions. Behave like I'm not saying be arrogant, but be confident in your own team. Even if you lose, be confident in how they play. Lose gloriously. Let these clowns from rivals not dictate how you feel or how you feel about your team. Whether you lose or draw, Spurs is irrelevant. Are they playing the way they want to play? If they play well, good, celebrate that. Next year, try again. But have some faith in them. Because if you don't have faith in them, who's going to have faith? Is it rivals? They don't hate you. They hate you. Is it the Premier League? They don't want you there. That's why I keep saying, don't get into the media spin and the fear mongering and the doubt and the disbelief on your own team. This is your moment, City fans, in the sun to shine, because you have this manager who is insane. If we win again on Sunday, inshallah, by God's grace, that's 91 points in a season where we haven't been top. That's 1 point off last season, the treble season. It's insane. It is literally insane. Which means if we win this Sunday and then on next Saturday, we would have won this year, right? 2 FA Cups. This season, in the past 12 months, 2 FA Cups, 2 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, a Club World Cup, and a Super Cup. In about 12, 13 months.
Oh, we would have won 12 trophies.
It's insane. It's insane. You have to understand it's not normal, Patrick. It's not normal. Why do you have to fear? I'm not saying you, why do we have to be concerned? Respect your opponent, yes. And Patrick talks about this all the time. Respect that, yes, I agree with you, right? But City fans sometimes be so afraid and petrified that they're like, oh, what if Spurs? Oh, no. You think these lads are going to go there and want to lose the game to Spurs when they know they can win it and top the league, go into the final game of the season? They're not. Are there nerves? Yes, there are nerves. But we are there. We thought we are there. Arsenal bottled it when they came to the Etihad and parked the bus. They bottled it. I was at the stadium that they bottled it. That was the opportunity to go and knock City off their perch.
I say this too. I told Hang at the beginning of this, when we were talking about the 115 charges, as people are using an excuse. Carl, I said, I'm honest. I don't lie. And some people, I like being honest with things. I told Arsenal fan, I was like, I was scared of your team. For the first time, I was scared of Arsenal. I was like, you guys were confident. And I think if you came to the Etihad and played your football, how things were looking during that period, they could have ripped us. I was like, you could have ripped us into pieces. But guess what you decided to do? You were scared. Go ahead, Adam.
At that point, yeah, I agree with you. That game, yeah, honest truth, I felt like we were vulnerable if Arsenal had, say, come out and played. That's my honest opinion. I felt like we were vulnerable. If Arsenal had somewhat, say, came and played, they could have potentially won it. That's where I was somewhat say to, when I say to Arsenal fans, the 2 games that potentially will cost you the league is that City game and the Aston Villa game. But they all tell you, oh, no, that City game is not. It's the Aston Villa game.
They keep counting 4 points. That's what makes me laugh. Yeah, they keep counting 4 points. I said, you guys don't do this yourselves. I was like, it's like, I get it. Because they kept on giving examples of Liverpool. I was like, I get it. I was like, but I think you guys were in a better state of mind, better position. And the way City was getting ripped apart with transition and counters, and Pep was playing around with lineups. I was like, you guys had the opportunity. I was like, I even told the guys, I was like, I'm not trying to say this now. I was like, I told him, I remember that time he was like, oh, why are you pissed off? Why are you saying this? You wanted us to get embarrassed. I was like, trust me, that particular Man City was not going to embarrass you. You guys, if you came in there and went on full attack, I was going to be holding the pillow the whole game because I was like, oh my God, these guys might hurt us. But I was like, you came with the mentality of being scared again. Oh, what if we opened up? We're going to get ripped. Look at what you did to Luton. Guys, you were not Luton. You were the best team. You were the best team that time. That's the reason why I think some of these clubs are fail. I think they still have this mentality that, oh, we're not good enough to go beat City. Let's go play coward football. Because I think those moments in times where Liverpool
also... mentality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even those moments in time, I think Liverpool were way better than us. And if they came to the Etihad and said, we're going to go and put you to the sword, they were going to rip us into pieces. But those moments where they would show respect, I think if Arsenal said, even Arteta said, guys, F the respect, go after them, we were going to be in trouble. But it is what it is. We're here. Maybe that's the reason why Pep is a mastermind. He makes you feel so inferior. You come in, even when you're at your best, you decide to play low. The best team always finishes top after 38 games, not 36, 37. That is a good comment. when Arsenal came to the Etihad, they were scared of us, and that's why they packed the bus. We still have that scare factor to teams. That's the thing. Anyway, Hong, do you have any last words before we close up?
No, I'm just gonna say that West Ham Sunday, if we are our best, we turn up, we win the game, and we win 4 in a row. But I want to reiterate again a reminder to everybody: 4 in a row is not confirmed yet. Still have one more game to go. Still got work to do.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people, because even the media, they're trying to make it look like Everton and West Ham are nothing. Even when they were talking yesterday after the game, this is what I sat down. I even got dragged into this, by the way, Cow and Adam. I got into it. I got sold this dream. And then I opened my eyes and said, no, we're still playing West Ham and Everton. Everton have been difficult to play against. So Arsenal fans were just saying, "Oh, City, this happens. City are guaranteed winners." And then some City fans were also saying, "Oh, we lose, we draw with Spurs. Everton will they're not going to lie down. Everton and West Ham will not just lie down." I get it that it's at home for City. I don't know if the Everton game, who's at home between Arsenal and Everton, by the way.
Arsenal are home to Everton.
Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
Is that
So
their
wait. So both these teams, obviously, some people who are being overconfident is because both teams are at home. Adam, things can happen. Carl, Hong, we've seen it before. Things can happen. Red card in 2 minutes. You never know. So, guys, let's just. I know we're doing a victory lap, but let's just put the Spurs game in Arsenal's faces. But even Arsenal fans, be careful, because you keep saying, "Oh, West Ham do." Have you noticed this, Carl, online? Arsenal fans are also doing the same thing. They're playing into the media thing. They're like, "Oh, West Ham, do your job." Even Piers Morgan, they're full PS, but they're forgetting that Everton has been clipping clean
Everton have the 4th best defense in the league.
Yeah.
Right?
On current record, they have.
Yeah, they have the 4th best defense all season. The 4th best defense in the league, I believe. So the question now becomes, which Everton shows up at Arsenal? Is it the one that's going to just park the bus and block all avenues? Or is it the one that will try and open up and play football? I think you're going to get an Everton that's going to say, you guys are winning jack on the rest.
Wait. Didn't Everton take points off Arsenal?
No, they lost 1-0 at home because of Goodison Park early in the season.
Did they? Okay. No. Everton took points off Liverpool. Sorry, I forgot. They are the ones who say Liverpool's downfall. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Everton took points off Liverpool. So,
Yeah,
it's not easy.
Yeah, people have to be careful. What about yourself, Adam? Any last words?
No, I'm excited for Sunday. I'm confident we'll get the job done.
What time is wait? Are both these games being played at the same time? At 3 o'clock,
right? All our games on Sunday will
of the games are 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What about Carl? Do you have any last words before we
I have a game at the same time as the game kicks off. Can you imagine? 11 o'clock Eastern, same time. So I'm going to have to put some AirPods on and watch my game, but also listen.
Nah, you'll be fine. Just put notifications on live score. They're going to help you. Yeah, they're going to help you. Anyway, thank you guys, man. I just wanted to come on. As I said, I was going to be back on YouTube on Thursday, but I was like, you know what? After yesterday's watching some of the videos, some of the people trying to blame the 115 charges for the reason why their clubs are not doing well, I just wanted to speak on them. That, guys, stop using this as an excuse. Stop using 115 charges and cheats as the reason why you dropped points, Arsenal fans. As the reason why you dropped points, Liverpool fans. As the reason why United, you're not doing well at this moment. It's not because of us, it's because of the Glazers. You know yourselves. And Liverpool fans, some of you deep down know that it's FSG that's screwing you over. And Hong said it wasn't the 115 charges that made Klopp make a mid-season video saying he's tired. He could have done that at the beginning of the season. It wasn't the 115 charges. The reason why Levy loves money and letting Beyonce perform as the biggest event that happens at the Spurs Stadium every now or so, instead of focusing on football and trophies. It wasn't 115 charges that made Newcastle this season do bad in certain games. You know what I mean? So look at yourselves, look at your teams, and demand more from your owners. Stop this whole, oh, it's because of City, oh, it's because of Man City, blah blah blah. Just focus on yourselves. Because this season, let me not lie, there was a moment in time where I actually genuinely thought, I was like, oh my god, we are dusted here. I think we might actually not catch up, because it was a 3-horse race. When it's a 2-horse race, it's easy because you focus on one opponent. But this time it was 2. I said this, Carl, Hong, and Adam. I said this might be actually hard because these 3 teams are not letting off, but those 2 teams at the top are not letting off. So even if one drops, the other will not drop. And then guess what? On a lovely Sunday day, these 2 teams decided to gift us gift wrapped, and just drop points together. This is what I'm saying, that wasn't 115 charges of City. Pep started, even Pep in the press started speaking that we might be done here. You know what I mean? He started having this language saying, Bernardo was like, we might be we might be out of this. And then he heard that, but they have dropped points. He's like, wow, okay, maybe we are back. Luke says, big up, Patrick. Thank you for the support on the stream yesterday. Big up to you, Luke. Guys, you should see these guys. I like the stream, and I like the podcast. Carl, it's very good. It's just 3. It's 3 of them, I think, so far in that podcast. Very good podcast. I enjoyed it yesterday. It was a very quiet evening yesterday, a quiet afternoon for me. I watched it all the way, man. Big up to you, look, man. Continue doing good things. Hopefully, maybe one day we might end up on the same stream. You never know. Anyway, guys, that's it from me, guys. And you never know. You might start getting videos from me if I have the energy. My next chemo treatment is on the 23rd. I'm trying to cancel it because they said you're able to cancel it because you can delay it because my daughter's communion is on the 25th. So if I have treatment on the 23rd, that means I'll just be miserable on my daughter's communion. So they say you have the option to move it. So I'll move it. I'll do a few videos. I might also do another video tomorrow if I find something. Because there's a few videos me and Carl wanted to do, but we couldn't do because he was busy and I was busy on treatment. But I appreciate the support, guys. Even when I'm not active, a lot of people
Patrick,
send
if
me a
you're
lot
not
of
able
DMs.
to, Patrick, if you're not able to do them, you can me all 3 of us could do it for you. Carl, me,
Yeah,
Hong, all of us can do the. You could just set it up,
yeah,
and then
but
all 3 of us will just do it for you.
yeah, I would set it up, but Adam, your fraudulent internet is worse than Malawian internet. So I will have to, when I become rich with YouTube, I'll buy you new internet, Adam, because your internet is probably the most fraudulent I've ever seen. Because I saw you on Cow's show yesterday. I had to jump in because of your. Did you see this man's internet, Cow? It was the most fraudulent internet I've ever seen in my life.
That was a good show yesterday, guy. That was good. It was good to have Hong. Hong, were you there now? You were there, right, Hong?
No,
Yeah,
Hung,
Hong was there.
Hung came in? No, I
Yeah,
don't think
Hong
so.
was there. Adam was there, right? You were yesterday?
No,
I wasn't there actually. I wasn't there actually. No.
Oh, okay. We missed you. Yeah, it was a really good show yesterday. It was really good.
But
Very
no,
good vibe, very good flow. Patrick came along as well. So we all share the platforms, where I'm streaming on True City Fan, I'm streaming on Twitter for him, on mine. For me, it's not about the money, man. It's about hanging out with these guys and experiencing and enjoying these moments with other brothers as well. That's what it's about for me, man. It's not about the money click. It's about I'm enjoying it with these guys. And
no, but very soon, Carl, it's gonna have to be about the money because we have to pay for Adam's internet.
yes,
Adam, Adam. By the way, Adam, what internet brand is this? Did you make it up yourself? Did you just put 2? Huh?
No, talk.
What?
Talk.
What? Okay, I'll have to Google that. No, I don't know.
Talk.
Is it...
Man, go get Vodafone, man. Come on, or something like that.
Yeah. And anyway, as Adam, we'll probably fix Adam's internet very soon. I'm just joking, Adam. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. We'll do a few videos if everybody's free. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things people want to talk about, and there's a lot of rival fans who want me to bring back the Rival Zone program. So we're going to talk about. I'm going to get a Chelsea fan, Man United fan, and a few fans, and we sit down. We discuss our seasons and let people vent, And let's not forget Veda Games. Big up to you, Veda Games. Big up to you, Veda Games. Hopefully, we get that Sunday show going before the brothers assemble, So thank you very much. And look, big up to you guys. Go subscribe to these guys. They're doing great work. And I'm loving the fact that there's more Man City content creators that are coming out there. They're all very great content creators on Man City. LB doing his thing, Martin doing his thing, City Extras doing their thing, Blue Tone doing his thing with LB every Friday, keeping us entertained. Blue Tone keeping us entertained. Better Games doing his thing. MCFC 9320 doing their thing. Even MCFR, I think I know MCFR. Is it podcast? Also doing a lot of people there. Nobins doing his thing with the tactical board, which I love to see. Something me and Carl are very passionate about. Talking about tactics, and hopefully we also get a tactic board, Carl, and get back to the tactics and stuff. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely day. See you soon.